Today I would like to introduce to you the potential project is Rebase protocol. After the success of many Rebase tokens and innovative market progressions like frictionless yield generation, one question remained unanswered. Why can't there be a project combining the advantages of past projects into one while learning from their pitfalls to derive the maximum long-term value for DeFi investors? Rebase protocol is a decentralized synthetic Rebase asset with built-in advanced financial tools that allow it to work as a hedge against any crypto asset class. The initial peg to Ethereum was selected due to its fundamental importance in DeFi as a whole. This peg is also easily digestible, as investors must purchase Rebase using ETH. Rebase protocol manages volatility in price through an elastic supply, deflationary mechanisms, frictionless yield, and industry-leading governance. This combination of technology and human contributions enables Rebase to rapidly grow, but not outpace demand or supply. Thus, its token symbol is aptly named Rebase. Rebase will be initially pegged to 0.01 Ethereum and will use an initial lag factor of 5 to help prevent overinflation. Through governance, this lag can be adjusted in the future, providing further protection against sometimes wildly changing market conditions. One of the revolutionary benefits of Rebase is that it has the flexibility to be pegged to any crypto asset. For example, through the use of governance, Rebase can be pegged to BTC, XRP, a calculated metric, or any asset class. This level of control and response of a token is revolutionary. Investors in Rebase will also be the continuous beneficiaries of frictionless yield. This cutting-edge technology instantly distributes a percentage of every buy and sell transaction back to the wallet of all holders. This benefit is of no cost to the investor and happens automatically. If you hold Rebase, This benefit is of no cost to the investor and happens automatically. If you hold Rebase, you receive a portion of every transaction, just by holding the token. Through market research and observation, we've found that negative rebases have an incredibly demotivating effect on investors. A negative rebase is where the supply of a token decreases in response to a market price falling below the peg price. While negative rebases are necessary in order to maintain the synthetic attribute of the token, and though no value is lost during a negative rebase, many investors fail to understand this. They see their wallet balance decrease, not realizing that the price of each token increased as a result, and panic sell, leading to further negative rebases. This causes a cascading effect that is incredibly hard to recover from. Taking into consideration both the necessity and the detrimental effect that negative rebases can have, we've decided to adopt a revolutionary hybrid approach that incorporates powerful deflationary mechanisms. This is a first amongst Rebase tokens and will allow us to greatly reduce the number of negative rebases, while also allowing time to effectively communicate an impending supply contraction to our investors. Our first line of defense against a negative rebase is a supermassive black hole. This is a publicly viewable burn address that receives a fixed percentage of Rebase for every transaction. Each and every transaction will feed the supermassive black hole. This address will also grow through frictionless yield and will scale with rebases. As the supermassive black hole grows larger, the deflationary effects also grow larger, creating a feedback loop that exponentially scales the deflationary effects over time. If, however, the market price is below 5% of the peg price for 3 consecutive days at 20:00 UTC, a supply adjustment will be triggered, which will instantly bring market price to peg while reducing the supply of Rebase. In addition to branding away from the negative rebase terminology, which in itself has negative connotations, we will also be actively educating our investors and providing a warning if a supply adjustment can occur during the rebase time of 2000 hours UTC that day. Investors will be fully aware and informed of an upcoming supply adjustment, preventing a lot of the panic selling that is witnessed in other Rebase tokens. Liquidity providers will automatically receive a distribution of rewards, like frictionless yield, but only for those who choose to provide liquidity. A portion of each transaction will automatically be rewarded to liquidity providers. There is no need to interact with a staking interface. Simply hold the LP tokens from Uniswap in your wallet, and you will see their value go up over time. Additional information: Presale price, 0.01 ETH. Launch price, 0.01 ETH. Initial total supply, 100,000 Rebase. Liquidity of 30k Rise will be directly locked after launch. This will be further confirmed by Shappy of Warren Ruggs. Seed investor tokens are vested for 1 month. Team tokens are vested over 2 months. Buying Rise, there is no tax on purchases. Transferring Rise, however, there is a 2% tax on transfers of Rise. This tax is used to provide frictionless yield to Rise holders and incentivize long-term holding. Transaction tax percent breakdown. 2% goes to frictionless yield that is distributed to all holders in real time. Selling reset, there is an 5% tax on all Uniswap sells. In a manner similar to the tax on purchases, the selling tax is used as a deflationary mechanism, as well as to fund liquidity, reward LP providers, and finance the frictionless yield that continues to be a benefit to all holders. Selling tax breakdown: 1% is burned forever, being sent to the black hole or burn address. 1% permanently locked into liquidity. 1% is automatically distributed to liquidity providers. LP rewards accrue in the contract address until it reaches 100 Rise tokens, where the next transaction will trigger the distribution. No action is required by the LP provider. 2% goes to frictionless yield that is distributed to all holders in real time. Marketing and promotional funds. There is a dedicated wallet for marketing and other promotions. This wallet will receive rebases and frictionless yields like any other wallet. This will ensure we can fund ongoing marketing efforts. Rise protocol governance adaptability. This is one of the cutting-edge technologies that powers Rise, as it has been coded with maximum flexibility in mind. Every parameter is adjustable as our governance rolls out over the next few months. Elastic Supply Adjustment. Rise protocol is the world's most advanced elastic supply token. It is initially pegged to 0.01 ETH, but with the ability through governance to adapt and be dynamically pegged to any asset class depending on investor and market sentiment. This level of adaptability is unique in today's competitive crypto environment. While the Rise token price is above peg, we will experience a positive supply adjustment with a lag of 5. This means that if the price is 100% above our target, there will a 20% increase in Rise tokens. This increase in supply will be automatically applied to all wallets, meaning holders will have more tokens in their wallets. Token adjustments, if they happen, occur daily at 2000 hours UTC. If at 2000 hours UTC the price of Rise is 5% below peg for 3 consecutive days, then a supply adjustment occurs. This reduces the number of tokens in your wallet but increases their value. Frictionless yield: 2% of all sell transactions of Rise are automatically distributed to holders. On top of that, transferring Rise is also taxed with 2%, which will be distributed to holders of the token in real time. This benefit is of no cost to the investor and happens automatically. Supermassive black hole: a supermassive black hole or burn address has also been embedded into the Rise protocol. 1% of every sale of Rise is sent to the black hole. In addition, this burn address will also grow through rebases and frictionless yield. As the supermassive black hole grows larger, the deflationary effects also grow larger, as the black hole's proportion of the total supply increases. As it grows, the black hole sucks in more of the frictionless yield distribution over time, consequently creating a feedback loop that scales the deflationary effect over time. Liquidity provider rewards: by providing liquidity, holders receive 1% of every sell. The rewards accrue in the contract address until they reach 100 Rise tokens. The next transaction will trigger the distribution. No action is required by the LP provider. If you provide liquidity, your Uniswap LP tokens will automatically increase in value over time. Auto liquidity generation: 1% of every sell is permanently locked into liquidity, meaning an ever-increasing liquidity and sell floor. You should not miss the opportunity to participate. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.